great day outside in Detroit for basketball too, even though basketball is an indoor sport. But it was a showdown between Orchard Lake St. Mary's Eaglets and Bloomfield Hills Brother Rice Warriors in the boys high school basketball state quarterfinals at Calihan Hall at UOD in Detroit. Now, it was a great turnout with the crowd in a very high state game, but I actually had a chance to speak with Orchard Lake St. Mary's Director of Student Relations, James Gonzalez, and asked him what would it mean if the Eaglets were to actually win the state championship this year.
And the staff and the parents is rooting for our kids to be successful. It's going to mean the world to us. We know how hard our kids been working. We know how hard our coaches been coaching our guys up. So it'll mean the world to us.
Last thing, any words for the Orchard Lake St. Mary's community going into Breslin now?
Listen, the Red Sea is coming out. That's all I'm going to say. The Red Sea is coming out. We ready to rock and roll.
As the day started and the people started to roll in, Orchard Lake St. Mary's was warming up and the anticipation was building. The crowd was ready. The students were ready, and they came out in numbers to support the Eaglets. Going into the first half, Orchard Lake St. Mary's took flight. They were grabbing rebounds on the offensive and defensive side, shooting and making great shots when it mattered, and driving and penetrating to the basket. And that caused them to get a lot of fouls and go to the foul line. And I actually took a second to spoke with Orchard Lake St. Mary's Sherrod Barnes to speak on how he felt during such a physical basketball game.
I feel great. We going back to the Braves. I feel amazing. We're going to win it this time, though.
You put up some good numbers too, man. 9 points. You put them up when you needed to. What was the motivation in the locker room at halftime?
Man, I just had to control the game. We came out. We had to win it, man. We had to win it. Going back to the Braves.
What's the team mind state going into the Breslin now?
Stay focused. Stay focused. Everybody that's going to the Braves, great competitors. We got to come to compete.
And although the Eaglets did earn the win for the day, the second half was a completely different story and a hard-fought match. Orchard Lake St. Mary's did start to lose their step a little bit after the first half, going into the third quarter, and Brother Rice was starting to pick it up and looked sharp. But it didn't take long before Orchard Lake St. Mary's head coach Covert called for a timeout, and apparently that reset worked out. The Eaglets came out scoring on tough baskets and creating opportunities on fast breaks and taking advantage. Orchard Lake St. Mary's played hard on defense also, getting a couple of steals, but it didn't stop Brother Rice from making it an interesting game in the fourth quarter. But in the end, Orchard Lake St. Mary's got the win 52-43, and they move forward in the postseason. Man, what a matchup it was. The score actually doesn't really tell the full context. Now, you can see the energy or feel the energy in the building as the Eaglets were getting the lead and moving forward in the quarterfinals. But I promise you, in the second half, when Brother Rice started to get that momentum, you can literally see the crowd energy shift from one side of the gym all the way to the other, man. It was a great experience, and congratulations to the Eaglets, man. What a showdown, Tyler.